Also, just start with, what was your assessment of Mike's first start?
Yeah, I thought he played a really clean game. The operation was really clean all throughout the game. The guys had a really good week of practice, and so it's no secret that practice performance equals game reality, and he did a great job handling the week of practice, the preparation, all those things that led up to the game. But played a really clean game, threw the ball accurately, got the ball where it was supposed to go. It was a really good performance for the first time out.
Is there anything you notice differently, like with your first time as a play caller? Just first you had a veteran and now a rookie. Was there like a difference or a curve at all?
Not really. Mike's he's a really smart guy. He understands the offense. He understands the ins and outs, protection. Obviously, he played a lot of football, at UW and at Indiana. So there was really no adjustment in terms of the game plan or anything. Obviously, your skill sets are a little bit different, but in terms of the amount of volume or just the process throughout the week, Mike handled it just like a veteran, and so he did a great job.
There was a stat that you guys used the most motion you had all season at the snap. What do you think allowed for that in this one?
Yeah, I don't know. We motioned a lot, but yeah, I didn't know that was the case. We felt good about some of the different motions that we had in that game, but did not know that was the case.
With Mike going into his first primetime game, Raheem said that just the way that he's had all this experience in college and just how poised he is, that he feels like that's can be so helpful in that moment. How do you sort of view that for him going into his first primetime?
Yeah, exactly like Ross said. He's played in a lot of big football games. He's played in big games at Indiana. He's played Ohio State. He's played in a huge, obviously, the national championship, the semifinal last year against Texas. So he's been on the big stage. He invites the big stage. It seems like he's so poised and so calm that nothing phases the guy. So would anticipate that for him, I'm sure there's pregame jitters just like everybody has. But once the ball is kicked off and he's under the lights, he'll go perform.
You mentioned the difference in skill sets. How does that change your approach, play calling?
Yeah, I would say it's quite a bit different. Both guys have do things really well, and both are very different. So it's us as coaches putting together the best plan. Just like we did with Kirk all throughout the season. Putting the best plans that we thought fit Kirk, but also all the other 10 guys around him. We did the same thing this week, putting together the plan for Mike. Obviously, we were able to activate a few different things with his skill set, but us collectively as coaches putting our heads together, knowing which guy does each thing well, and I thought the guys did a great job with it.
Now that he does have a start under his belt and more meetings, more reps with the ones, are you seeing him kind of grow exponentially every day?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a great job catching up with the skill guys last week. He had never thrown a pass to those guys, and so to see them accelerate that learning curve over the handful of days before the game was pretty cool to see. Those guys were throwing and catching and just trying to get used to each other. And then, like I had mentioned in here, like all of our skill guys and Mike just have a good natural feel for the game, and so that's why it was so easy. Shouldn't say easy, but it was seamless, to get on the same page. And some of the timing that some of the routes were coming out seemed like those guys have been playing together for multiple years. So it was cool to see it all come together. A lot of work to still do, obviously, with Mike, with the rest of the receivers, getting on the same page, and with Drake and a couple things here and there. But they'll just continue to get better.
And how impressed have you been with the way Kirk has handled all of this and responded?
No, he's been great. Kirk's been great. He's been himself around the building. He's been real talkative, helping out Mike, helping out, him throughout the whole last week, everything that entailed. And obviously he's a pro, and that's just a testament to his character, to everything that, who he is. And we're not surprised that that's how he's been. That's just the kind of guy that Kirk is.
Darnell and Drake are both approaching 1,000 yards. What does that say about them as playmakers?
Yeah, no, they've done a great job, and obviously their skill sets complement each other really well. They are both very, very smart football players. They love it. They compete. Those two guys are a lot of fun to coach every single day because they bring it, and they bring out the best in everybody. And so it's no surprise that they're having such great seasons. They're just a lot of fun to be around, and they, like I said, they are so competitive, probably the two most competitive guys in the building, and so it obviously shows up in a big way.
When you were kind of putting this together in the offseason, did you envision that these two guys could have a season like this?
Yeah, I think so. It was, obviously in free agency, Darnell was, our top target to try to get to complement Drake's skill set and his speed, and one-on-one ability was something that obviously we all liked. And so once the guys in the front office did a great job of pulling those guys in here, along with Charlie Warner, that was we were all excited. As we started putting this whole thing together in the spring, you could see how it could complement, how they could work well together. So it's kind of just grown and taken a life of its own. But credit to those guys and just their work they put in from the spring, and they're both having great seasons.
Week's been good. Guys are locked in, and obviously it's holiday season, but knowing how important this one is on Sunday night against Washington, so week's been good so far.
This is the kind of games you like to play for as a player too, don't you? Like this end of the year, they mean something.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean at this point for us, it's win, possibility of getting to the playoffs, and you lose, and playoffs are probably a long shot away. So it's a must-win for us.
You guys have played a lot of scrambling quarterbacks this year. It seems like early in the year, kind of now. But Jay's kind of one of those guys too. Don't you think that it can extend plays?
Oh yeah, he's obviously a few days of watching the tape and a lot more to go. But the way that he's extended plays with his legs, and the way that he's threatened the defense with the deep ball, and he's had a really impressive season. Obviously up for rookie of the year, but offensive rookie of the year. But honestly, just in conversations of having one of the better years from any quarterbacks in the league, and I know there's some great ones this year. So yeah, he's a really good player, and we have our work cut out for us on defense.
My last one, I would ask you about Christmas, just keeping with the family. What's that like for you the next 24 hours?
Yeah, no, it's awesome, especially with young kids. The magic of Christmas, and the reason behind the season, and just the excitement and joy that they have on their face. It's fulfilling as a parent. So I'm really thankful for this time of year, and I know this also could be a hard time for a lot of people, but yeah, I'm really thankful.
Yeah, hey Justin, how important will it be for the scramble rules, the way he moves around while still trying to get downfield and stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be extremely important. Everyone knows that that's one of the harder things to do, stay in coverage while a quarterback is scrambling, hold on to the ball. And like I said, Daniels has done a great job this year, so rushing coverage is going to have to be at a premium this week.
And last week they went for it on a 4th and 11, and he ended up getting loose on that one. How important would it be that, if they do get in those situations, to account for, his leg game too?
Yeah, that, like I said, any scenario, 4th and 11, 3rd and 11, 2nd and 11, if there's an opportunity that he can find a seam and take it, and he's going to do that. And so, but he also has a really good deep ball. He reads defense as well, and his receiving core is playing great. So yeah, they're talented all around, man. We got our work cut out for us, but I'm looking forward to the challenge on Sunday night.
And early on, it was pretty clear he was leaning on Terry, but now it looks like he's comfortable with going to Zacchaeus and some of the other guys in their group. Are you seeing that on film also?
Yeah. I don't know what goes on there in the room, but Terry's a proven veteran in this league, great player, so probably lean on him early, and then earn the trust from the rest of the guys, and yeah, he's just making plays left and right. And shout out to his his players around him making the plays for him. So it's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to competing.